Welcome to the second episode of We and You Talk. In this episode, we will be talking about the Nintendo Switch partially, but mainly Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I have had the Switch since launch. You may have heard of a lot of problems about it. However, I haven't experienced a single problem. My dock has been perfect even without a screen protector. My controllers never desynced, and my playtime has been very fun. I have quite a lot of multiplayer games because there are a lot of them out. However, my favorite game of all on the Switch is the single-player game Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It has had me on the edge of my seat since the beginning. I have beaten it, and yet I find myself playing it still, and with endless replayability, you won't want to stop. I have played over 130 hours and would have played more if I had free time. This has to be my favorite game for a long time. The Legend of Zelda has many things to be spoiled, and I will be presenting some of these on this series. Side note, I will not spoil any of the moves of the final boss or any attack strategies, just how the story affects the final boss in this episode. So be warned. I may make certain episodes spoiler-free, but not for sure. So leave if you don't want any spoilers. Now that that's out of the way, we'll get into the actual talk. In the game, you start off with nothing but your own wits, and the game will slowly teach you more and more as you adventure. You begin to understand how to battle, survive, and hunt. As you progress, you are tasked with certain missions. There are 15 main quests, 18 memories, 42 shrine quests, and 76 side quests. After finishing all 15 main quests, you get a special ending where you see that you continue an adventure with Zelda. However, you don't actually get to adventure after this. It will load an autosave that is saved before the Ganon fight, which is nice because then, if you die, you will load that save. I believe the adventuring part after Ganon will be DLC, because if you check the eShop, it says how a DLC will add some story, and another says it will add more areas on the map. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. I didn't check for sure. The next part I would like to discuss is 4 main dungeons. These are very fun to finish and very helpful against Ganon. For each one finished, you will do 1/8 damage of Ganon's full health to him at the very beginning of the battle. If you get all of them, he will start with half of his regular health, so the battle will be quicker and easier. There's a nice story to each dungeon, which is why I recommend you do them unless speedrunning. These 4 dungeons each have their own champion that controls them. These 4 champions are Mipha, Revali, Daruk, and Urbosa. After defeating each champion's main story dungeon, they'll give you a special power. Mipha gives you Mipha's Grace, which revives you when you die and gives you extra hearts. It takes 24 minutes to recharge after one use. Next is Revali's Gale, which gives you an upward draft. If you hold the jump button, this allows you to fly up very high. It recharges after 6 minutes after 3 uses. Then is Daruk's Protection, which will allow you to block any hit no matter the strength while holding the shield button. This wears off after 3 uses as well, and recharges 18 minutes after it is used up. Finally is Urbosa's Fury, which summons powerful lightning in the surrounding area after you charge up an attack for a while. This can be used 3 times as well, and takes 12 minutes to charge up again. These can all be disabled so you don't accidentally use them and are required from doing each respective main story dungeon or divine beast, as said earlier. These are very useful for boss fights and have many other uses. There is much more to do in this game and much more story. However, I won't share all of this for you right now. So while I'm away, I recommend you play the game if you haven't and try to finish it before I spoil too many things. But that is all for this episode. It was quite brief, and I hope to do more in the future. I hope this video helped, and stay fresh.